Hi there, it's Carol Borgeson with Carolbcrafts. Today we'll be making this sweet little candle wrap. It's project number 2 in my Peaceful Poinsettia online class. Check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to see what current class kits and club kits I'm offering. Now if you don't have the class kit, don't worry, I'll give you the dimensions as we go along so that you can make this a cute little candle wrap with us. Now this candle wrap is meant to go around a flameless candle. You wouldn't want to use this on a real candle because it's paper, and as the candle burns, the paper will burn. So this is only for the flameless candles that are battery powered, like this one here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. You'll need your kit, this one right here. It has just a few things in it. Doesn't take a lot to make this. We have a piece of 3/8 of an inch wide and 11 inches long piece of the Thick Whisper White. Oh no, this is Thick Very Vanilla, sorry. I'm so used to working with Whisper White, I forget that we also have Thick Very Vanilla. Okay, and then we have another piece of Thick Very Vanilla that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we have a piece of the Mossy Meadow cardstock, and it is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. We have 3 of the gold metallic pearls. How much? 6 inches of the gold sequin trim. And then this is a couple of pieces. They're each about 5 inches long, and it is the washi tape from the holiday catalog. It's on page 24, Sweet Season Specialty Washi Tape. It has 5 rolls, and each roll has 5 yards, so you get 25 yards altogether. Now the one that I'm using is 1/4 inch wide, and it's the gold striped one, but you could also use the 1/4 inch wide gold star one as well, or you could use these others, but you just have to make your band a little wider, your piece of Very Vanilla cardstock wide enough to fit your washi tape on it. So the stamping that we're going to do is going to be on our larger 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Thick Very Vanilla. Now the Peaceful Poinsettia bundle is the bundle that we're using for this class. It has the stamps, the clear mount stamps, and then it has some dies that we'll get to later. But right now we're just going to use this stamp right here. It's this big beautiful poinsettia stamp. We're going to stamp it twice. We're going to stamp it once this up here and then again down there. So go ahead and put our cardstock down in place, and we're going to use Memento black ink. Okay, so I don't know if it's me or if it's the ink changes color, but this Memento black ink almost looks like a dark forest green to me. I'm not sure why that is. So now I'm rather than move my stamp, I'm just going to turn this around this way. It's much easier than having to clean my stamp and reposition it. And now I'm just going to make sure that I have room for it. Just going to move it over a little bit. I think would be a good idea. Yep, that's good. Okay, so we have our images, and that's all the stamping that we have to do. Okay, so now we're going to do some coloring, and we only have to color one. So pick out the one you like the best. I think I'm going to use this one as my front poinsettia because this one has a little bit too much ink on it, I think, and I'll use that one as my base. So the base one you will color the leaves and the berries. The top one you will color the poinsettia. The base one you don't need to color the poinsettia. And that one, the poinsettia, is going to be a dark cherry cobbler, and the leaves will be dark old olive Stampin' blends. Now if you want, I'm going to use the light cherry cobbler for the berries, but if you don't have the light cherry cobbler, you can use the dark cherry cobbler for the berries. Okay, so you can see that I've colored the poinsettia here, and I've colored the leaves and the berries here. Now we're going to die cut these with the die, this large die here from our die set. And we'll cut them both out and just line them up. I'm going to put a little bit of the tape that I have, the removable Scotch tape, and I'll run both of these through my Big Shot. So I have both of these now that I've run through my Big Shot, and I'm going to layer this on top of that. So I want to cut away the rest of the poinsettia, and I'm going to use some sharp scissors, and I'm going to leave just a little bit, not very much, of an edge around it. Now we have our poinsettia to go on top here. Now before we do that, we're going to work with our strip. This is our band, and we need to decide where this is going to go. We want it in the middle, so we're going to find it, put it what we think is the middle. You can measure it if you want. And then I'm going to put, I want to mark kind of behind here, not right here, but right kind of here where I know that the if when I put the washi tape on, it's going to, the end of it isn't going to show. So I think maybe right here. So my washi tape's going to go from here to here and from here to here, and I'm going to put glue here, and then I'll glue that on. So we'll get our washi tape pieces out and just remove those. They should just peel off. And then I'm going to start it right here where I made my mark, center it, and then just kind of walk it down towards the end. And I'll cut off any extra. And then I'll do the same on the other side. And there we go. And the reason I'm using glue is because glue, it will stick better, and I know that my little flower will not come off. So I'm just going to put some glue here, small dots, as small as possible. I don't want it to run and ooze all over the place. Then I'm going to take my poinsettia, and it's going to be turned this way, not that way. So this is, it has kind of a little bit of a curve there. I'm going to set it on top. Make sure that it's even. You can tell these leaves here will be in the center of your band, and then before it dries, I'm just going to kind of bend it around so that the glue dries with the bend in it, so that it's easier to wrap around the candle. So just a little bit of a bend like that. So while that's drying, we're going to get our piece of 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 of Mossy Meadow, and these two dies right here, and we're going to cut those out twice on our Big Shot, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the only part we're going to use are these little leaves here, these little pine leaves, needles. So now that we have our 4 leaves, we're going to find how we put our poinsettia. It looks like it goes like that. And we want our leaves to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 behind our poinsettia, like that. So we'll just go ahead and turn it over, and with some glue dots, we're going to put those on. Put the front part against the glue dot. And I'm just going to use my piercing tool here to help me out to place these. So now I have my little leaves. And then I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the back of this. I'll remove the backings and then I'll put it on front. So I have all the backings off. Now I'm just going to line it up over the base and so that none of the bottom shows. And then push it down. Okay, and now it is almost ready. We need to add a couple more blingy things. So we have our 6-inch gold sequin trim, and it's going to go in the center back here, kind of on the bottom here of the flower, not on the band, but on the flower. So we're going to put some glue dots down there to hold it in place. I'm just going to pick it up here. If you don't have that, you could just do it like this. So I have about 3 glue dots there. I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to take my fold and just push it into those glue dots, just like that. And that's going to hold it into place. So there's our trim. You can move it around if you want to make it look prettier. The only thing we have left are 3 metallic, gold metallic pearls. We'll put those over where the little berries are here in the center. Okay, so our band is ready to go on our candle. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on with some glue dots here on the back. And if you want to trim this up so that it looks a little neater, prettier, you could even do a little angle if you want. So we're ready to put this on our candle. So we'll get our candle out and measure around, and then we're going to mark where our wrap stops. And the reason we're going to do that is because we have to remove the glue dots. Will not stick to the washi tape, so we're going to remove the washi tape just up to our mark. And then when we get to our mark, just before we get to our mark, we're going to just tear off our washi tape. And we're going to put some glue dots here. And the glue dots should stick now that we don't have any washi tape there. They won't stick to the washi tape. Okay, so I think I'll put one more. Okay, so now I have my 4 glue dots there. Just going to wrap it around my candle. Make it as tight as you can. Match it up, and you have your candle wrap. It's so pretty, and it adds so much to your plain flameless candles. So this is project number 2. Stay tuned for project number 3, and check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to find out what current classes and club kits I'm offering. Thanks for watching. Bye now.